Bacalaitos de Puerto Rico. This is salted cod fritters, and I'm going to show you step by step how to prepare this delicious food. Exactly how we do in Puerto Rico, although some people apply different variations. And you follow my steps, they're going to look and taste like the ones we prepare in the island. And remember, if I can cook it, so can you, so go nowhere. Just create. Wow. So for the bacalaitos, you're going to need some bacalao salado, salted codfish. The brand doesn't matter. And the first thing you're going to do, you're going to get some of the salt out, and I'm going to show you how. So first thing, I'm going to use cold water, cold, not the one. And I'm going to, and this is about, the bag had about a pound, actually a pound. I'm using about 3/4 of that. The other thing I'm going to put back in the refrigerator. So what you do is you wash some of the salt out. Cold water, rinse it out. Then the rest I'm going to put it in water, cold water. And I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for about 8 hours, maybe overnight. Or you have the option of just put it in water for about an hour, rinse the water out, then put it again in water for another 30 minutes, an hour, rinse it out, and then go to the next step of the process. In my case, I'm not going to prepare them right now, so I'm going to put them in water after I rinse them, and I'm going to put them in the refrigerator for about 8 hours, maybe overnight. So I had the cut. It was overnight. What I'm going to do, I'm going to drain this water right now in the sink and go to the next process. So I'm going to put in my caldero or my pot, and I have about 5, maybe 6 cups of water. And I'm going to have it a couple notches above medium. And I'm going to cook this for about 20 minutes, 15, 20. So I transferred this cod after it boiled with about 3 cups of the water where it was cooking at. I'm going to let it cool down, but I'm going to match the amount of water that I transfer. I'll choose 3 cups. Another 3 cups of room temperature water. And I'm going to let it cool a little bit, because it's still hot, to then do the next step. And now that you have in water, what you're going to do, you're going to break it. So you're going to break it into pieces. Size is up to you. So you kind of breaking the cod, no kind of, you are breaking the cod in pieces. Water's going to be a little bit warm, that's fine. I decided to add another 1/2 cup of the salted thin, because I have some left from what I cooked this, and 1/2 cup of fresh water for another cup. And what I'm going to do now, I have here 4 cups of flour, and I'm going to carefully add it. I wish I had a glass container, but it doesn't matter. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to start with 4 cups first. And I'm going to mix it up. And I can tell I'm going to need more, because you want to create texture. I'm going to show you, don't worry. Let me add another cup for now. I'm going to mix it well. If the texture is not there, I'm going to add more. So I'm done with about 6.5, maybe 7 cups of flour. See the texture, how nice? Oh, here's some of the bones I had to take out earlier. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of cumin, because I don't use sazon. And what I have here is about half a teaspoon of turmeric and half a teaspoon of paprika. Just to give you some colors, you know. Some people use sazon, the salty stuff. I don't. See, I'm giving you some color. If you want to add a little more, it's up to you. I also have some garlic. Some people use, the powdered garlic. I just going to use a couple teeth of fresh garlic. Fresh. Nice taste. Nice smell. I'm working with one hand here, by the way. And you start mixing. Then what you're going to do is you're going to add some cilantro. And I have some here. And this one I have for a few days, so it's a little bit dry, which is what I wanted. Just a little bit, that's about a teaspoon. Maybe a tablespoon, or a teaspoon would do, actually. A teaspoon would do. See how nice? Mix it out nicely. And finally, I add some baking powder because I want my bacalaito to be puffy, if possible. So I have a teaspoon, and I just come to add that baking powder to add some body to this. And you're going to mix all this stuff well. You want it well mixed. So I started already cooking this, but what I'm doing here is that, just to let you know, this is hot heat. I reduce it to medium high after very hot. If you wanted to put some salt, make sure you do that while you're mixing this. And I wanted to show you, how thick it is. I went with about 7 cups of flour. You might need 8. Everything depends. So what you're going to do carefully, you're going to add it here. You're going to let it cook for about 2 minutes. About a couple minutes later, you go and you're going to flip it. See how it's cooked around the edges and stuff? You would know. 2 minutes would do. See how nice? You look at this color. And make sure this is hot, because if it's not hot, it's going to be swimming and soggy, and you don't want that. So another 2 minutes on the other side. Look at this color, natural color. Look how crunchy this one is. I wanted this one crunchy. See? Listen to the sound. Crunchy. This one is less crunchy because the way I put it. So what I did is I moved them from here and I'm putting this paper towel. And this one had a little bit here. Crunchy. And fluffy. Nice, huh? So if I want it thin and crunchy, I use this kind of spoon. And I just throw it. Carefully. And what it's going to create, this one is going to be thinner and crunchier. See? I use this spoon and I kind of splatter it a little bit. While the other one, when I used the soup spoon, it became more thicker. So you have 2 options, crunchy and thin, or thick. It depends on how you put it here. This one's going to be crunchy. I just use the regular spoon, the flat one. I kind of splash it there, and it's going to come crispier. 2 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on the other. Put it here. The thicker one, I use this one, the soup, scoop, and carefully prepare. Now comes the thicker one. Go carefully. Just put it in there carefully. Put a little bit more. Two minutes.